you know, and then they're like, may I help you? Well, that was an interesting experience. Oh, so, you know, it's two Spanish ladies in there, and they're speaking Spanish, so they're like, you know, and then they're like, may I help you? And then, so, you know, I go through the process of getting all my fingers smushed very thoroughly onto this little like scanner thing, because apparently they don't do it with ink anymore. It goes, you scan right into the computer, and so I'm watching her as she's smushing my fingers into the little scanny thing, and watching as like it comes up and it says no match, and I'm standing there imagining, like, what would happen if there was a match? What would happen if there was a match? Could you imagine? Now listen, I'm not a criminal. I've never committed a crime. I have never like been a thief or stolen things or done anything of that nature. So there would be no reason for there to be any fingerprint match in the system. But somehow my mind immediately goes to, oh my God, what if there's a match? Anyways, let's have a chat. So I was thinking a lot about how to even like talk about this, because part of me was like, don't even talk about it. And then another part of me is like, well, I do want to talk about it, because I saw another YouTuber talking this morning on a live, not talking about the same exact situation, but the same situation, you know, as a YouTuber and dealing with people's comments and people's just, I mean, I don't know what else to call it, but like unfounded hatred towards a person that they don't even know. So I was, as you know, if you watch my channel, I'm having a very difficult time right now, in every sense, with everything. And as you can imagine, that takes a toll on a person, emotionally, physically, mentally. So while, you know, there may be days that you see me and, you know, I make you laugh, or I'm good, whatever, there's also days that I'm really, really, really not good. Really not good. And those really seem to be the days where, you know, these like demons, I don't really know what else to call them, you know, they must like sense the vulnerability, and that's when they attack. That's when you get like this influx of like comments from people. I'll give you some examples, and I don't have any to put on the screen, because as soon as someone leaves that kind of comment on my channel, they immediately get hidden from the channel. I have a zero tolerance policy, and I do have gum in my mouth. I apologize if you can see it. So things like one of the most recent ones, just going to town on me that the reason my son, that whatever's, you know, the reason that what's going on with my son is going on is my fault, and how I'm completely at fault, and, you know, I should have done something a long time ago, and, you know, we've watched all your videos, and we've always enjoyed watching you, but we just cannot watch you anymore, basically because you're just so fucking terrible. That was one of the comments. There's so many things you could say for that. Number one, here's another comment. This kind of goes in the same line with that one, though. A more recent one. Supposedly also from someone who has a child, or an adult child with autism, who she quote unquote says beats her and her daughter. Tells me that, you know, I'm so horrible. My son is hugging me and giving me kisses and trying to get my attention, and I'm just horrible toward him, and that I'm only happy when I'm away from him, and that he'll be better off in a home being away from me. That was another comment, and I'm paraphrasing. This is the kind of thing that YouTubers deal with, and it shouldn't be that way. And I can hear the comments now. Don't listen to the trolls. Don't feed the trolls. Just ignore them. Listen, if you read something, how do you unread it? If you know how, please inform me. Because once I've read something, I've read it. There's no ignoring something you've already read. Especially when you're in a state where you're already like vulnerable and feeling down. You understand? Here's the thing though. These comments, and once I got to a better place emotionally, you know, then I can look at it differently. Okay, these comments are coming from people who need help. No one in their right mind, no one who has any kind of emotional maturity, or any kind of, you know, self-awareness would attack another person in that way, especially someone they don't know. If you're watching someone on YouTube, you're seeing snippets of a life, okay? You're seeing snippets of a life. And you can make whatever kind of assumptions you want about that person, but you know what assumptions make of you, okay? You don't know what that person's life is like. You can look at, and just use the example that last commenter was using. It was a video where I'm in the kitchen and my son is behind me, and he comes up behind me, and I was gonna park there and there's a bike there. He, you know, is like sniffing. Hold on, I gotta fix myself. Wait, don't come here yet. He's behind me, like he puts his hands on my shoulder and he sniffs my shoulder. He's not giving me kisses. My son doesn't give kisses. And you know, I'm talking to the camera about whatever. And so she's saying, because I didn't stop and turn around and acknowledge him and give him affection in that moment, that I hate him and I'm horrible and he's better off away from me. Is the sun in your face? Let me move you over. And let me cool you down. Let me explain something. I imagine that the person who left this comment very well may be on the spectrum themselves and doesn't understand how to behave towards other people. That's very possible. It could also be possible that this person, if she's in a similar situation as me, as she says, is filled with so much rage and anger and frustration with her situation that she doesn't acknowledge, that she takes that out on other people. Another thing is, people who tend to, I'm sorry, I hope I parked okay for you to get in. People who parents who tend to judge other parents, as if they're a better parent than you, typically are not good parents. For instance, any good parent questions themselves whether they're a good parent. A bad parent does not. A bad parent thinks that they are 100% perfect and right in everything they do, and there's no reason to think otherwise. I would suspect the person who left that comment is one of those things, or a combination of those things. And I hope she's watching. I hope she is, because she needs some help. And I hope this helps her. I am in the camp of constantly questioning if I'm doing a good job. Am I doing the right thing? I'm a very self-reflective person. I can look back on things that I've done and go, ooh, that was not good. I could have made different choices. I could have done different things. I wish I had done it differently this way. There are times when I'm just flat out like not a good parent, and I do something and I have apologized to my children. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. You know, I apologize. It was a moment for me, and I apologize. That's the type of person I am. Another thing, when you know someone with autism, you know one person with autism. All of them are different. Although they have a lot of similarities, they are all very different. So while you can watch a video of how I'm interacting with my son and make assumptions about how he's treated, I know my son very, very, very well. And I know that he is a giver of affection, but he is not a receiver of affection. He does not receive it well. So in that instance where I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm talking to the camera, and he comes up behind me and he puts his hand on my shoulder, or he sniffs my shoulder, if I were to turn around and try to give him hugs and kisses, as people have suggested, he's going to run away from me, push away from me, or hit me. There has been occasions, wonderful, beautiful occasions that make my heart want to burst, where I'm like, hey, can I get a hug? And I've been able to hug him, and he'll one arm hug me and put his head on my head. That makes me want to cry now just thinking about it. But that's not the norm. My point is, you can't watch snippets of a person's life and make assumptions. I mean, you can, but then to take those assumptions and attack that person. And I'm not talking, these are not comments where it's like, oh, hey, you know, have you tried this or whatever. Not those kind of, I mean, comments that are pure vitriol, they are just in such a state of hatred that they just spew it at you, you know. And it may just be a comment on a video, but there's energy behind that, and that energy transfers. You know, you're spreading what you have inside you to other people who don't deserve that hatred and that vitriol from you. And it's not just this kind of particular topic, but it's anything on YouTube, whether it's a political thing or a religious thing or an autism thing or a parenting thing, where people are being triggered in whatever way, or like I said, the demons in them sense some vulnerability in someone and they attack. There's nothing like that you can completely ignore. When after those comments came in, and it was over a course, it wasn't just like one day they all came in, it was over a course of like a few days probably. I wanted to quit YouTube because I was in such a place of just darkness. I don't know what other way to explain it, where I didn't even want to speak. I didn't want to I didn't want to put out any more videos. I didn't want to be seen. I don't want to deal with people. I wanted to be like in a hidey hole and not speak and just completely shut out everything. That's what I wanted to do. And you know, had I been in a situation where I didn't need the YouTube money, I mean, I very well may have just been like, you know what, I'm not doing this for a while. you know, but that's not my situation. So I don't even know what the point of this video is, to be honest. But I just, and I wrestled, like I said, I wrestled with whether to talk about it or not. But I feel like you gotta kind of talk about it. You gotta kind of talk about it. Because it's not okay. My son has very high anxiety. So he's very much the type of person who needs to feel in control of what is happening. He needs the routine. He needs the sameness. Anything that deviates from the normalcy of the day-to-day life causes him a lot of anxiety. That goes for touching as well. So, for an example, every night I put him to bed. You know, we clean up, I get his teeth brushed, you know, we go in his room, I sit on his bed with him, and, you know, we used to read. He doesn't want to do that too much anymore. We'll sing songs, or he'll have me say things, or he'll have me, you know, pat his arms, squeeze his legs. These are things he's asking me to do. These are things he likes. Once it's time for him to go to sleep, then I tuck him in. I kind of hug him while he's laying down, give him a kiss on the head, turn out the light, and leave the room. That's the routine. That kind of affection, that happens every day because it's part of the routine. He's used to it. He allows it. Random acts of affection are not going to be accepted in that kind of way. You know, it's like, and you just got to be able to read him to know. Okay. So he might be sitting at his computer one day, and I might be able to, you know, walk up and give him a hug around the shoulders and a kiss on the head and a rub on the back, and he's smiling and happy and totally good with it. Other days, you know, like, you better be careful even walking in the back room. He doesn't want you there. He'll point to make you leave, you know. And then there's all the in-between states, like in the video. Yes, he's coming up to me and he's putting his hands on me and he's, you know, sniffing my shoulder and stuff. But if I were to turn around, there's the chance of me being like, give me a hug, and he allowing me to give him a hug without pulling away, pushing away, or hitting me is not great. So I choose not to put that stress on him a lot. Okay. I do, like in one of the videos, I was like, hey, let's dance, and had him dancing with me. And for those of you who are astute observers, you could probably tell that he became like more stiff and cautious. And then I was like, hey, can I have a hug? And then he like got away from me and left the room. You want to dance? Let's dance. Ready? Dance. Oh, good. Now wait. I gotta twirl. Good. The other way. Good job.
So squeeze.
Can I have a hug now?
Hug toast.
You want toast? No hug, just toast. And like I said, there's times that I can hug him where it's amazing. There's times I can try and hug him, and you know, it's a fist to the head. That's just the reality of things. Seeing snippets of our life does not help you understand that. Okay? I would just encourage you to be kind. Be kind. And people, my God, especially in this day and age, people really need to have some self-awareness. People need to take the time for reflection. People need to know that everything that comes into their brain, their mind, does not need to come out of their mouth, especially when it's directed at other people and it is unkind. People need to understand that your opinion of other people is often wrong because you don't know everything. You don't have the full story. And what else is there to say? Don't be an asshole. Just don't. People that are making videos on YouTube are not there for you to spew your hatred upon because you don't know how to handle things. You know, you don't. So the person that left that comment, they need help. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to be honest, because to do that and to purposely try and cause, you know, emotional harm to someone else, there's something wrong with you. You need counseling. You need to work out whatever kind of demons you got going on inside, whatever problems it is. Like I said, if you're in the same situation, my God, I know it is hard, and I know that there are days where you hate your life and you are mad at everyone and you're frustrated. I understand that completely. That does not give you a free ticket to attack other people. You need to find a way to handle it. I have nothing else to say. I'm gonna go shopping in Aldi. Anyways, thanks for watching this video where I just sit in my car and talk to you. Takes absolutely no creativity, no editing skills, or anything else. But I hope you watch it. Have a great day. Here's the grocery haul, folks. So, let me look. The Aldi total came to $136.36. And the Publix total came to $93.61. So this is over $200 worth of groceries, and I still forgot to buy ketchup